Fine young player. So right away, he's got a wing ball down, the green 6, and there is a shot on the yellow 1. Well, the table yesterday, Phil, was breaking easy at the beginning, and then it sort of tightened up a bit and it was a bit unpredictable. So we saw some guys slamming the balls hard, and then we saw some guys doing the medium to soft break. Haven't seen any patterns yet that anyone's particularly picked up on, which is probably good. This is what happens when you have hand racking. It's not template racking.
Well, that cluster of balls on the right-hand side of the table makes it an almost certain snooker. If there's a gap there, that's a miracle.
Of course, many times yesterday, as you always see in 9-ball, the team, first of all, the number one thing is the break. If you get a good break and get an open table, it can be a run out very easily. But barring that, after the break shot, the safety play is probably the next most important thing. It's that one element of the game that can really turn the tide in a match. If you can get your opponent to foul or to leave an open shot such as that, that is a factor that is just huge.
Yes, the Vietnamese will be consoled here by the fact that the 3 and the 4 are rather awkward.
So if you're new to 9-ball, rotation game, lowest numbered ball first must be hit first. So that would be the yellow 1. The 1 doesn't have to be pocketed, it just has to be hit first. Any other ball contacted after that counts. Of course, here they're going to be pocketing the 1 ball.
Two-9 combination maybe to start the day off.
Yeah, rather than break up that cluster, they're going to go for the 2-9 combo. David Al-Kaidi.
And he's straight in on the angle here. It looks like a lot of distance between the two balls concerned, but a very viable shot. And Ted, in it goes. So David Al-Kaidi, last year's World Masters champion, masters that combination, and Spain, the number 7 seeds, are off to a flyer.
That is the best break we've seen so far. Look at that. I bet a few players are paying attention to what David Al-Kaidi just did. The 1, the 5, and the 6. That was ideal. And a shot on the blue 2. Lowest number ball on the table right now is the 2.
And even before the blue 2 had stopped rolling, Francisco Ruiz was looking at the 3-9, whether that was a possible combination. I don't think
I don't think he's
going to be the case.
No, it's not. Certainly the 3 passes into the other pocket. It's a wide open table. At this level, they'll just run the balls out. Yeah, if you were down at the pub or in the local pool hall, you might take a whack at it, the 3-9, but these guys will just run it out.
Slightly short of pace with the positional shot, but no headache. You're right, Ted. What a break that was.
That was the best break I've seen so far in this World Cup of Pool. Interesting because he didn't smash the balls. He took a little pace off that break shot. So let's pay attention. Let's see if they get this. They get out here. They're going to be breaking again. It'll be Ruiz. I'm sure he will try to replicate that break from the same spot, same speed.
Well, just a tad clumsy. It's left a more difficult pop than it should have been, but really Al-Kaidi shouldn't have any great issue with this. Well, it struggled in the end, off that near jaw, and after that explosive break, Vietnam find themselves very quickly 2-0 adrift.
So here we go. Let's watch the speed here. The Al-Kaidi took quite a bit off the speed. It was more of a medium soft break. Wow. Another good break shot there. Look at that. The 1 and the 6 fill and a shot on the 2.
The Spaniards seem to have the break sorted out.
This is what I mean about the break being the most important shot in pool, because it is the first shot, and if you can figure that out, you can control the table and keep your opponent parked in his chair in this winner breaks format. So the key here is getting to the red 3 up table. Well, that is precision right there.
Al-Kaidi just checking, but we know from that shot that the 4 will fly past the 7. So again, no obvious obstacle.
Just has to get position on this 4, and then it's absolutely clear sailing right from here.
Well, the first 3 racks for Spain have been the stuff of pool dreams, or, if you're in the opposing chair, the stuff of pool nightmares.
But if they go on to win Spain, we're going to have to ask David about that break shot. How did he figure that out? Most of the players have been just hitting them as hard as they can. This is more of a medium to soft break that they are employing, and it's working.
The one thing you don't want to do in a situation like this is overcomplicate it. Just making absolutely sure everything is in order. I think if they'd been playing as individuals, the rack would have been over now, but they want to make sure that they're not giving their partner anything he doesn't want. If you want to see speed pool, Malta's Tony Drago is just extraordinary. I've seen him run racks on a regular basis in a minute or less. That one wasn't the best, mind you. The incorrect angle on the black 8 ball.
Right, the cue ball will be running away from the 9.
Absolute bundles of side to obtain the position, and this is an easier 9 ball than the one that Al-Kaidi knocked in rack number 2. In the first 3 racks of today, we have only one thing to say: Viva España! They lead 3-0.
Welcome back to the 2018 World Cup of Pool from the Luan Arena in Shanghai, where the number 7 seed Spain have stormed into a 3-0 lead in their opening round match against Vietnam. Poor positional play on the 6th ball by Spain left a difficult shot on the 7, allowing Vietnam to return to the table and claim the rack. A strong break by Vietnam was followed by a spell of lengthy safety play over the 2 ball until it was eventually sunk by Spain, who stayed on to run out the rack. This is now the 6th. Spain to break, with your commentary team of Phil Yates and Ted Lerner.
Just checking the rack there to make sure that the balls were frozen or as close as they could possibly be. He's got a ball down, and it appears that they have a shot on the yellow 1.
For a moment there, I thought the 5 ball might be blocking the path of the 1. Did it travel quite far enough?
Now the 1 and 2 are at the same end of the table. The 3 back down. It goes into the 1 corner pocket. It also is lined up with the 9 ball. But you got to make the 1 first.
Yeah, they didn't quite have a full pocket there, the Spaniards, and wow, they've been lucky
Very
if
lucky.
the 5 is in the way. And there you can see it is. So the 5 was the hindrance for the Spaniards. Now it's come to their rescue. It's been the saviour.
Well, that's got to be depressing for the Vietnamese. I think they're shaking their heads right now. 1 millimeter turn of the cue ball, and all of a sudden the 1 is blocked. So Zhuang takes out the short stick and will just slightly jump it over the side of that 5 ball. Great shot. Well done.
And you have to think, especially now, they're pretty straight on this blue too. The 3-9 is in their thoughts. Well, it's been a match of combinations so far, Ted. Here we go with another.
Well, they got it. Vietnam stems the tide. They're back in it. It's 4-2. They trail from Spain.
A break and run out by Vietnam saw them take the 7th rack, narrowing the gap to just 1. A miss on the 1 ball by Vietnam after a strong break allowed Spain to run out the rack and move into a 5-3 lead. Spain pushed home their advantage in the 9th, breaking, then running out the rack to move to within 1 point of victory. We rejoin play at the start of the 10th.
This is going to look good here. I'm telling you, the team can't be stopped if they're breaking like this. Look at the spread of balls. They've got 1 ball down. It's the orange 5. They bring the yellow 1 back off 2 rails. Leave the cue ball in the middle of the table there in position to get that 1. The 2 is open. Man.
These days, people love their box sets, don't they? One of the great hits was Breaking Bad. The Spanish team, they're breaking very well indeed. The opposite of Breaking Bad.
Either way, it's a good show. Either way.
Well, earlier on I did say they got pretty good chemistry as well, so that works.
No. No way. Oh, yeah. So these 5 balls, and it's on to the round of 16 for Spain.
How many racks have we seen like this where almost immediately you think there's certainties to win it?
So they're just discussing the pattern here, how they want to take out these colors.
I'll tell you what, Ted, and I'm not making an over-exaggeration here, I'm sure of this. If Spain continue to break like this, they have to be considered a very serious candidate to go all the way.
Absolutely. It is the most important shot in 9-ball pool. Yes, potting, moving the cue ball, safety play, also important. But if you can master this break shot, you make the game simple.
A 1 ball was missed at the start of one particular rack. There was a poor positional shot from Al-Qaedi in the 4th. But in terms of breaking, they have been impeccable.
This should do it right here. David Al-Qaedi. Just a slight cut on the 9 and a spot in the final 16.
Very impressive indeed. Vietnam vanquished, Spain successful. The final score, 7-3.